Spoken with a lot of potential home buyers recently, and a lot have become frustrated with the process of buying a home in the last year. And many have simply decided to give up because they can't get an offer accepted, or maybe they've just become discouraged. So, buck up, little guy, because I'm here to help you get your next offer accepted. Tip number one, speak with a local mortgage professional to establish a budget. Sure, the national lenders have, big marketing departments and fancy logos like rockets and stagecoaches, and they have big bank names, but you can never replace the personal service that comes along with using a local lender. And just because you have a checking account with a bank, don't think for a minute that they have your back when it comes to a mortgage. A lot of those large national retail banks, they have big origination fees and other embedded costs they pass along to you. They advertise really sexy low rates, but in the end, it's the local lender that can get you the exact same rate but with better service. And speaking from the perspective of a listing agent, we often advise our clients to look more closely at offers that come with known local trusted mortgage companies. If you're having trouble getting your offers accepted and you're using one of those large national retail banks or another company like that, consider switching to a local service provider. You'll be glad you did. Tip number two, prioritize your location and understand why it's important to you. Too many buyer clients want to cast a huge net all across the city in hopes of finding a deal, and often what happens is they end up making offers on homes that they don't really want, simply because they've gotten to a point that they've gotten caught up in that whole winning frenzy. What you need to do is focus on the school district or the location that you really, really want, and ask yourself the following questions. Why is this location important to me? Am I willing to settle on a different area than the one that I really want? Am I willing to pay a little bit more? Sometimes maybe $5,000 or $3,000 or even $1,500 sometimes can make the difference between winning and living in your preferred neighborhood or being on the outside looking in. Is it schools that you want? Is it the proximity to work? Are there friends or family in the area? Are you willing to wait just a little bit to get your preferred area? Having a deep connection to what it is you really find important will answer a lot of the issues for a lot of the buyers that I work with. Third tip, think long term. A lot of us, including myself, I'm guilty of it, of being a short-term thinker. But when we purchase a home, we need to think about long term. What will the resaleability of this home be? Ranches in this area often sell quicker than 2 stories or even quad levels. Certain school districts hold their value longer. How long will you be in this home? 3 years, 5 years, 10, 20? Understanding the trends of appreciation will go a long way in helping you understand the investment that you're making. Quite frankly, if you're only planning on being in a home for a year or two, it might not be your best financial move at this point. The typical appreciation rates in this area of the country simply will not allow you to recoup your entry costs, like closing costs and down payments, in the short term. Look long term, and it will help you select properties that you really, really, really want and will bring you the return on the investment that I know that you're hoping to get. Tip number 4, assess property condition before you make an offer. Don't focus on small cosmetic repairs. Painting doors and trim, all that stuff can be fixed inexpensively. An ugly blue room or a Pepto-Bismol pink room can be turned into a beautiful space with just a couple of cans of paint, and a good solid weekend. A backyard can be cleaned and planted with grass in no time at all. And there's all kinds of inexpensive treatments that you can do to backsplashes and cabinets, and that can add tremendous value to your home. Try to look past the choices of the former owners. Concentrate on big things like the age of a roof or a foundation problem, or maybe the age of mechanical systems. That home that you passed by because it had old fixtures from the 80s and was dark inside would look amazing with a few $100s worth of new lighting and updating. Don't pass by that bathroom sink or the floor or cabinets or maybe a new mirror. It'll cost you a lot less than you think to redo that whole bathroom. Don't overlook the house that is perfect in all the other ways and perfect in the neighborhood, that just needs a little bit of love. If you're going to be there for 15 years, you've got plenty of time to make it just the way you want it. Tip number 5, establish your non-negotiable must-haves. You know, there's a big difference between the needs and the wants. Sure, it would be nice to have a third car garage, but is it necessary? Maybe for you it is. Okay, this house has 4 bedrooms, but 2 are in the basement. Do you have to have 3 3 rooms on the first floor? Maybe you do, but if you don't, why pass that home by? Is a big yard a necessity? No? Then consider the one at the end of the cul-de-sac that has that weird, small, funky, backyard. Making a list of the specific things that you must have will go a long way towards understanding what it is that you're looking for when you see it, and then be able to make a move on it. And here's a bonus tip for you. Find an agent that is humble, hungry, and smart. Find an agent that has both experience but also a deep need to serve other people. At the Boulevard Group, we have 10 experienced professionals that will make themselves available to you to work with your unique schedule and have the ability to tune our technology to meet your focused home searching needs. If your agent does not take the time to speak to you about what it's going to take, if they're not positive, if they're not willing to really focus on giving you a great outcome and doing the work that is necessary, the hard work that's necessary to not only help you find the right home, but to negotiate expertly and get your offer accepted, then you have the wrong agent. Purchasing a home in many price points right now can be challenging, but with a focused approach, we have dozens and dozens of people every month that we're able to find them the perfect home for. Give us a call here at the Boulevard Group, 680-7405. Thank you very much. Have a great day and happy house hunting.